5th episode begins with the Prezar crew talking while Murderbot looks zonked out. We learn they must remove the wires from the override device implanted by the Black Sec unit, which are still protruding from our titular bot. Then we rewind to the final minutes of episode 4, in which Sec unit shoots itself before the override to its combat module, courtesy of the Black Sec unit, takes effect. Naturally, Mensa, Pinley, Rathi, and Arata go into panic mode. They decide to take Sec unit back to the Prezok's habitat for Garothan to examine. Mensa asks Arata to keep an eye out for any other hostiles. One woman, Libibi, calls out to the group from afar. Her reflexes kicking in, Arata fires at her. Thankfully, she stops before she truly harms Libibi. We fast forward to the Preso habitat, wherein Murderbot tells us that once it wakes up, it shall instantly kill the humans because of the tendrils left from the combat module override. Bharadwaj offers to extract said tendrils. Then we're back on the hopper, with Rathi at the helm. We learn Libibi is the only survivor of the Deltfall massacre. Arata asks her questions to ensure she doesn't go into shock. Libibi tells Arata that she's from Industrial Junction, Corporation Rim. Mensa asks Libibi if she has any idea as to whose Sec unit attacked Deltfall. Libibi finds it intriguing that Murderbot shot itself to save the group. She remarks that it's quite handsome for a sentient construct. Next, we zero in on Rathi and Pinley. Rathi asks about having children. Have Pinley and Arata broached the subject? There's something about a massacre and a near-death experience that makes one think about the future. Pinley admits they haven't thought about kids. Back in the present, Bharadwaj removes the wires from the override device. Libibi is naturally triggered by seeing Sec unit. She learns our group hails from the Preservation Alliance and remarks that her Deltfall bosses referred to them as amateurs. Murderbot dryly states that only amateurs would risk their lives to save a rogue Sec unit. It sees more footage of it attacking and killing humans in its past. After Bharadwaj finishes pulling out the wires, she declares that it's time to reboot Sec unit's system. She asks Garothan to plug into its system to check for any bad codes. Unfortunately for Murderbot, Garothan's search yields results. He learns that our bot has hacked its governor module and gone rogue. Later, Murderbot wakes up to all our Prezar crew's smiling faces. It's grateful that it's out of medbay and it didn't kill all its human clients. Garothan informs the group that Sec unit is immobilized from the neck down thanks to hub system. Then, Garothan informs the group about Murderbot's rogue state and that it hacked its governor module prior to working for the Prezar crew. Libibi starts panicking. She insists Sec unit is undoubtedly plotting its next move. Murderbot admits it was sort of. Bharadwaj defends Sec unit, claiming that despite hacking its governor module, it's been acting within the group's best interests. She believes they should trust it. Garothan insists they have every reason to be cautious. After all, they've been sabotaged since they first set foot on this planet. The missing hazard reports, the gaps in the map. He places the blame squarely on our bot. And what about the Deltfall massacre? It could be connected somehow. Rathi and Arata counter Garothan, defending Sec unit. It told them to kill it after the Black Sec unit overrode its combat module. Why would it do that if it wanted to hurt them? Seki is good. Bharadwaj adds that if the company wanted to use Sec unit to kill them, they'd be dead by now. Murderbot finally speaks up, contributing its 2 cents. It reveals that the company would poison their supplies using the recycling system. However, the company has a financial interest in keeping the Priest Aux crew alive. Then, the conversation pivots to how Sec unit spends its time, downloading thousands of hours of TV shows. Garothan assumes it's using the downloads to send encoded messages to the company. Rathi references a deep cut of a Sanctuary Moon episode, which Murderbot instantly comments on. It's watched every episode. After this, Murderbot proves it's not truly immobilized as Garothan planned. It hacked hub system to override it. Sec unit begins choking Garothan, pinning him to the wall. The others urge Sec unit to let him go. Murderbot tells Garothan it doesn't like him. Once Sec unit releases Garothan, Mensa insists it remain part of the team. She doesn't want to send it away. She promises not to disclose its rogue state, nor will anyone else in this room. Mensa makes Sec Unit promise it shall protect Garothan as much as it does the others. Sec Unit begrudgingly vows to honor her wish. Garothan reminds Murderbot that Hub System has been recording their conversation. Murderbot fires back that it fed Hub System an hour of mundane activity from the logs. So take that. Then, Sec Unit informs Mensa that Hub System may have been compromised by an outside agent. Do not trust it. Sec Unit also advises that they trigger the emergency beacon. Mensa agrees. Later, Sec Unit finds LeeBB staring at it, just like actors do in its favorite shows. LeeBB reveals that she doesn't know if Deltfall launched their own beacon. She worked in maintenance and cleaning as part of her 7-year indenture to Intertrav Mining Solutions. Garothan remarks that he can't reach the emergency beacon. Neither can Murderbot. That can't be good. LeeBB asks how the beacon works and how long it'll take the company to get here. Rathy reveals that it shall take them 5 days. LeeBB wonders what will happen if whoever orchestrated the Deltfall massacre finds out they're here. Murderbot volunteers to take the hopper to the emergency beacon to activate it manually. Mensa offers to accompany it since she's the best pilot. Later, LeeBB apologizes to Murderbot for claiming it would kill them all. She didn't realize it was so nice. Then, she awkwardly kisses its chin for good luck. Meanwhile, Garothan vows to analyze the data from the combat module override, reboot Hub System, and try to figure out why all this is happening. Mensa grabs Garothan's hands and reveals she's glad he's here. Garothan expresses the same sentiment. Then, Sec Unit interrupts to tell Mensa that it's time to go. I'm still curious about the Mensa-Garothan relationship. Later, LeeBB asks Garothan if she can assist him. I highly doubt it, he replies. Elsewhere in the hopper, Mensa tells Murderbot all about her kids. The conversation pivots to how Deltfall fell prey to rogue Sec Units. Perhaps the enemy pretended to be the Prezal crew, making Deltfall believe they're lending a helping hand to another team. Sec Unit observes that Mensa would have let an imposter like that in, no questions asked. It's the human way. Murderbot thinks to itself that it's strange to have an exchange like this without receiving orders. Then, our duo sees the emergency beacon ahead. Mensa tries to launch it with a burst communication. When the launch fails, Murderbot shares that they will have to reboot it by hand. It encourages Mensa to land close by so it can plug in and start the sequence. They will have 4 minutes to clear the area prior to launch. Mensa tries to ask Murderbot about it choking Garothan earlier. What was that about? Has it ever hurt a client before? Suddenly, Sec Unit orders them to turn around. It gets an alert about a significant threat. The emergency beacon explodes in a fiery blaze. It engulfs the hopper as it nosedives toward the ground.